Are you concerned that your pantry isn't quite ready for the unexpected? That's okay. Let's prepare together. In this series of videos, I'm going to share with you how I've stocked up and organized my long-term pantry. The ideas and tips are practical, simple, and effective because I love being prepared and I want you to be prepared too. Hi friends, I'm here in my workroom slash YouTube studio slash long-term pantry room. So I thought I'd show these number 10 cans I got from Amazon in the past 2 years. They are the Augustin Farms brand. And I thought I'd do this in 2 videos. This video will show you everything that I have. And then the second video, I'm going to show you what I did to track this and determine which ones I was going to buy. So the first reason I did this is that I divided my pantries into 3. My regular pantry, my extended pantry, and my long-term pantry. So I know for my long-term pantry, I wanted to have some freeze-dried number 10 cans, also stuff that I would can. So I've done a lot of dry canning in the mason jars, but I haven't done the water bath, which is something I plan on doing starting this summer. It's been delayed, but I'm gonna get to it. I've been sick for over a week and I'm finally getting better, but I wanted to film this and get it done, or else it'll take a few more days. So here we go. All right, so for Augustin Farms, there are basically 9 categories. There's the super can, meat, entree slash soup, vegetables, fruit, baking, grains, dairy, and drinks. My goal is to get 72 cans total. I believe I have 50. 2 are still on the way. And so that means I have another 20 cans that I still need to get. And my goal is to get them by this time next year. So 2 years total of getting all these cans. And the reason for that is because of budget. And so I'll show that in the next video, how I budgeted for these and how I tracked them. The reason I chose Augustin Farms was because 1, I'm a Prime member and it was just easier to send it to my house. Number 2 is that I like their color coding and their categories. It's very, it was very easy for me to schedule out what I wanted to get. So here you can see it's meat and it has this kind of orange color and icon. Entrees is like green, like a mint green, and the pot. The super cans is this yellow. And vegetables, got the carrot and purple type of color. Fruit is green. Baking is pink with that icon. And then the grains is kind of this brown with that icon. Dairy, this one, the milk in the glass, and kind of a purplish blue. And then the drinks are obviously drinks, like the milk, and then this one here. This one actually has a color and icon. See, drinks like the water. And the third reason I chose Augustin Farms was before I purchased any, I looked at the different prices, and bottom line, it came to budget. But since then, everything has gone up in price. So, but that was the original reason. And so let me get through, let me show you what I have. Okay, so for super cans, they have these pouches. And I decided to go ahead with the super cans because I wanted something that was even more ready-made. So this is creamy chicken rice, and then creamy stroganoff. Okay, lasagna. I was so excited about this. Okay, and then I do have pinto beans that are on the way. My goal is to have 8 of each type of category. And the reason for that is because that's what fits in my closet there, my long-term pantry. Okay, for meat, we have this chicken flavored vegetarian meat substitute, beef flavored vegetarian substitute, taco flavored vegetarian meat substitute, and freeze-dried white meat chicken. For the entree soup, this is a gluten-free black bean burger mix. chicken fettuccine Alfredo kit, Southwest chili mix, cheesy broccoli soup mix, vegetable stew blend. This is one of their best sellers, and creamy potato soup mix. And so you can see from here I have 6, so I still need 2. And the reason I haven't had those yet is I'm just waiting for things to go on sale, and I want to not have the same one, so I'm waiting for those particular ones. For the veggies, you see I have all 8, so I'm gonna get the rest of the stuff first before I start on the veggies again, or I might do something different. So for now, my ultimate goal is to have the 72, and then from there I might do something else, whether it's more canning or getting the bigger buckets. Chopped onions, potato shreds, sweet corn, potato gems, which is like mashed potatoes, bell peppers, red and green, potato slices. Yeah, those would be good for meals and sides. Okay, spinach flakes and tomato powder. So when I first started getting these, I made sure to get 1 or 2 cans of different categories at a time versus finishing one category first. And that's because if I were to use these like today or tomorrow, I would have, you know, a complete meal just from these cans, aside from the other things that I have in my prepper pantries. All right, for the fruit, I have 7. I have 1 more I'm waiting on, and those are the grapes. And those have just been such a high price right now. And so I'm waiting. I've been waiting. We've been waiting for months. But this is what I have. Luckily, the good thing with Augustin Farms is that they put things on sale. But anyway, I'll show you that in the next video. Okay, here we have apple slices, whole blueberries, okay, banana chips, strawberries, sliced strawberries, whole raspberries, diced mango. That was a nice, for me, that's like a treat. Okay, and then pineapple. Now, if that's diced or chopped or whole, like the rings or sliced, I'm not sure, but it's pineapple. Okay, on to the baking. Baking was also easy to get all 8 because they're a lower price point. Here we have a biscuit mix, no leavening. So when there's this, I think in the reviews, it said just to make sure you check the recipes because it will need yeast. And so I do have yeast in my long-term pantry. Pancake mix, buttermilk pancake mix, brown sugar, blueberry flavored muffin mix. Now, if that means there's no actual blueberries, I don't know. Honey powder. Okay, I showed you that. And then I got 2 of these, the honey white bread, scone, and roll mix, and blueberry flavored pancake mix. The grains are harder to come by. And I don't know if that's because I waited to this year to start getting them, but they're, this one was a good price, but let's see. And I did wait for the peanut butter powder to go on sale. So I got 2 of those. And then this granola, that was, that's not cheap. This is at a very high price right now, but I got it when it went on sale. And so we got those 4. And you can see that I still need another 4 of them. Okay, for the dairy, we have butter powder, scrambled egg mix, cheese blend powder, and dried whole egg powder. Now, for those of you asking or saying, why don't I just do these myself? It's much cheaper. Okay, yes, it may be cheaper, but you have to have the time, you have to have the equipment, for me, mostly time. And so I wanted to do something in 2 years that would pack this part of my long-term pantry. And Like I said earlier, I'm doing dry canning, I'm doing canning, I'm planning to do canning. I was also dehydrating. And so things like that, it just takes time. Um, so I thought this is something that, it's not just a one thing that I'm doing. You're doing several, a few things at a time, depending on your budget. So if you can freeze dry butter, make it into powder and freeze dry it, all the power to you. All right, for the drinks, we have here low-fat milk alternative, non-fat dry milk, chocolate, low-fat alternative milk, and orange delight. So what I am waiting on for this one, for the drinks, is the apple drink, and that has not been available for months. But once that becomes available, I'll add it to here. I'll probably add one more orange, and then one other milk, and then a chocolate milk, because I think that as far as drinks, that's all their choices. You can go on Amazon to look at the Augustin Farms page to see the other food that they have available. Again, wait for my next video. I'm going to show you how to track and purchase these, wait for sales, and the total amount that I've spent on these so far. Let me know in the comments below if you stock up on number 10 cans, what brand you use. This is not sponsored, but all of these on my own. Let me know what types of food you get. And when I'm not traveling, I'm prepping, so follow me for more. If you found some ideas in this video helpful, then subscribe to my channel, especially if you're new, so that you can continue to organize, stock up, and declutter. Today I'm going to show you a prepping video. It's actually a follow-up to the video that I did. I'll put in the iCards above, of the number 10 cans that I bought from Augustin Farms on Amazon, and I showed that stockpile in a separate video. I also have another video showing how I've started to organize my long-term pantry, or my prepper pantry. So that's a series. I'll put the iCards above here too. And let me show you online how I've planned and purchased the Augustin Farms number 10 cans. The first thing that you need to do is to go to Amazon Prime and create an account. That should be easy enough. So Amazon.com, create an account. And then if you go here to account and lists, you will see memberships and subscriptions, and you'll see the your Amazon Prime account. If you're not yet an Amazon Prime member, I do have a link I'll put in the description box below. So I just wanted to show you the prices right now. Obviously it's gone up every year, if not every couple years. Right now it's $119. Next year I see that it's going to go up to $139, which comes out to about $12 a month versus $15. Let's look at that. Let's see, so $139.99 divided by 12, yeah, $11.66 a month. Oh no, $139 divided by 12, $11.58 a month versus $14.99. So the annual does come out better. All right, then you go here to this down arrow where it says accounts and lists, and you go here to the left, the middle column, create a list. And so when you do that, example, you put Augustin Farms, or whatever, long-term food storage, prepper pantry, something like that. So I've already created a list, and it's specifically for Augustin Farms. And so next you start adding to your list. Okay, so you go into Amazon, and then I type in Augustin Farms. All right, so it comes up, and it's pretty popular. Like, look, 6,200 reviews, 3,649, almost 5,000 reviews, and they've really stepped up their game on their page. They've really made it easy to search around. All right, peanut butter powder, for example. Yes, I want peanut butter powder. Yes, I want buttermilk. So I go here. Let's just do the peanut butter. Should have that. And then, by the way, it shows you when you last purchased it. You could check your order, how much it was then. So here, you go to the right and you click Add to List, the down arrow, and then your list will show up, August Farms. So I add to it. You can keep shopping, like then they'll give you some suggestions. So like the peas, the carrots, the pails. You could do this arrow here to see more. And they'll also suggest another brand like this one, Nutristore. So now I want to go see my list. Okay, so you see it's been added, but I've already added this. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete it so my page will stay clean. You can see what it's like. And then what I've done is that I've put my list here, the same order that I have them in my long-term pantry. So my long-term pantry goes from left to right. This list goes from top to bottom. Okay, and those are super cans, and you can see like they're yellow. And let me click on here and show you. See, it'll say super can here. Okay, and then the next category is meats and proteins. And I'll put a link above to my haul, my stockpile haul of the August Farms number 10 cans in the iCards above. And so it's got this kind of mustard yellow color, and then the icon is the meat. Okay, next category is soups and entrees. See, now it's blue. Okay, it's got this little like pot. And then I won't go through each one. Let's see. Oh, okay, so sometimes this list, so there's a little glitch in this list, by the way. Sometimes, like you saw, I did the meats, and then I scrolled, and all of a sudden the meats are there again. Just refresh it. Excuse me. Next is vegetables, purple, and it's got a carrot, fruits, like a lime green, and it's got a strawberry. I know it might be hard to read, see from here, but you could click in and see the different icons and colors. Baking is next. Oh, I'm at grains. All right, and that's got this icon in brown. And then baking is like a pink with a muffin or a cupcake. Dairy and eggs. There, and so I think it's a milk carton. This for me is kind of like a purplish. And then beverages, which is a blue with like a drop of water. And then along with the beverages is the milk. So the milk is, white, white, white. Then I have the pails, which I'm not sure if I'm going to get those because I do have the 5-gallon buckets with the lids. Okay, next, what I do is once I add it to the list, let's just go up here. Just make it easier for these example super cans. What you need to do now is to go over here, edit, comment, quantity, and priority. So you just click that, and you can make it a priority: lowest, low, medium, high, highest. I just keep it at medium because I'm just pacing myself. But you could get more detail and say, you know what, I really need to take care of meats and proteins first, and you could put that highest, and then lowest, whatever. Example, maybe carrots. Okay, so I plan to get one each. So I always put two. Then once you buy it, you put one, because if you just put one, and then once you buy it, Amazon will automatically take this off of your list. But I want to keep it in my list because I want to see what I bought and to keep the history of what the prices were. So example here, I put in needs to, because once I bought, I go back here and I put one, and then I put the date, May 20, 2022. It was $23.87. I bought it. So here, look, the price went down. And what it says is the price has dropped 25%. So for me, go ahead and buy this, right? And And then it even has a note most of the time. Sometimes it's not working, but 2387 when it was added to the list. So perfect. So I've just recently done super cans. So I go here because sometimes the 1780 is a little bit misleading because sometimes it doesn't show the shipping cost. Okay. Oh, there's suspenseful music playing. All right. Okay. And then look, there's actually not. Oh, here, yes, here it goes. 1780 free with prime delivery. Perfect. So that's why it's for me the reason why I put a list. When I discovered it, I didn't discover that you could do lists on Amazon until spring of 2021. So but I went back and I looked at the purchases I had before that time, and like let's say in 2020, and I went ahead and put what the prices were when I bought it. But everything that I bought, I just go ahead and put bought, only because it's just still another visual clue for me that I bought it. Oh, let's look at this one. Price dropped 49%. Whoa. Okay, so it was 36.50 when I added it to the list. So here I put that date 4/21/2022. On 4/27, you see 6 days later, 1918, I bought it because I saw the price 36.50. It dropped, but look, it dropped a little bit more, like another what, 18 plus 50. Was that 68, 67 cents? Okay. So let's check here that it's prime and that it includes shipping. Yes, look at that. Another good buy. So that's where it's good to track it because then you have a clue, like you have your clues of what went down, what didn't go down. Okay. So look at this. On the same day, April 21, 32.99. I bought it on May 20th when it became 1940. So the price had dropped. And then here, if you were not tracking this, you would think, oh, the price dropped 30%. That's great. It was 32.99. Now it's 23. Yes, it's like $10. Why not buy it? But you see, I had gotten it for even less than that, another $4 less, almost $4 less. So let's see what if it includes shipping. Yes. So let's go to another category so you can see. So once you add it to the list, it's going to go to the bottom and example here, you go all the way here and then it will say, you go to the left here and you send it all the way to the top, or you could press this down and move it up or down. Okay. And so I just like to rearrange it in the categories and group them together. It's just easier to follow. So as of now, I have 50 cans. That's about 2 cans per month in the last 2 years. Some months I've bought several, then there's months where I didn't buy at all. And that's because things came up, extra expenses, some emergencies. But you could see after 2 years, I had 0 in the beginning. Now I have 50, and I'll be getting my 72 total cans because that's what fits in my pantry for now until I find a different space. Okay, then I wanted to show you, I also have an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, and this is, I just titled it Augustin Farms number 10 cans, and I've even color coded it to what the color is on the can. And you could see the dates that I bought it starting July 26th of 2020, which basically is 2 years ago. Here was the price, the tax, here's the total. So I have this is my inventory. So not just looking at it in my prepper pantry, but I see it here on this spreadsheet, and I can know what to add more, know what I have. And so my original budget was 25 per month for 24 months, right? And so obviously it's going to probably take me another 6 months to get the remaining 22, or maybe another year. So I'm giving myself a year. So that's the original budget. This is what I've spent, 1153.12. This is the remaining. This has been the average per month, $96 a month, so $100 a month. Of course, the good thing you see is that they do put on sale. Some prices are actually cheaper than what I bought in 2020. Some are definitely higher. Okay, the average per can comes out to $23, and that's only because I'd say it would be a little bit higher because some of the meats I haven't bought yet because they're just like really too much for my budget right now. But I'm following it. I've been following it for a few months actually. These are the number of cans I have remaining because my goal here is 9 categories times 8 cans equals 72 cans. So I have 22 cans remaining. And the average per can is $83.95. So I know I'm going to be able to get some of the meats and the other stuff. So I know I'm going to be within budget. So that's another thing. You plan it, you just know you're working towards filling up your pantry with these types of long-term foods, and it's part of your overall plan for preparing. So these are the lessons I've learned. 3 lessons mainly is that one, you have to decide that you will have long-term preps, okay, and what they will be. So for me, I decided after researching, yes, you know what, I'm going to have freeze-dried foods. Right now, I can't do a freeze dryer. I started my gardening. I'm learning to can. I've done some other types of canning. I have obviously my canned foods. I've created Prepper Pantry. So I have this overall plan. Within that plan, I knew I wanted freeze-dried foods. So decide what you will have for long-term preps and what they will be. Then determine your budget, whether it's monthly, yearly, how much, how long are you willing to take? So for me, I was willing to take 2 years, and you see, like, it's going to take 2.5, maybe 3. But you know what? It's better than 0 starting 2 years ago, and if it would have been 0 now, at least I have something, and I think I have a good amount. I'm really happy with it. Um, And then number 3 is you have to create a system or a process on how to get your preps. So that's why I chose Amazon. I chose August Farms. I found out how to. First, I used to have it on a piece of paper. I was tracking the prices on a piece of paper. Then I found this list making thing, and you can edit the comments. You can actually move it to a different list, by the way. So if at first you're not ready to do all the little bit of work to do this list, you can just add to your wish list, add to your wish list. And then when you're ready to get more into the details of, let's say, an August Farms list, then you can move it over. All right, so basically you have to create that system or process because you just don't wake up on Thursday morning thinking, oh, let me go grab some stuff. How much do I have? At least for me, it's harder to work that way because there's so many things that I want to have. Aside from prepping, other things like my son was in college, my daughter's going to college now. We had some emergencies in our home, and just things come up, and so planning is good. And then it just helped me focus and see, like, okay, I choose to put the hard-earned money towards this into preparing for my family. I hope you enjoyed this video of me showing you how I've planned and purchased number 10 cans of August Farms on Amazon Prime. And you can see that it took 2 years so far with the stockpile that I have. I hope you got some tips. Let me know in the comments below how you've planned and prepared or even purchased number 10 cans. If a good idea or tip has popped into your head, then go ahead and sign up for my weekly newsletter. It's called Tuesday Transformations, and I continue there by giving you more how-tos, tips, tools, and encouragement so that you would have less stress and more peace by creating a home you love. The link is in the description box below, and when you sign up, you will receive 6 free printables from me so that you can continue to stock up declutter, and organize. Hi friends, it's me, Simply Sherry, and I'm going to start a new series of organizing my long-term food storage prepper pantry that's up here in this closet in one of the bedrooms. I do have a video of showing you how to organize your preps in a small space, meaning just a closet or even behind a wall or on a wall behind a door, and I'll link that in the iCards above. So what has happened is that what I originally had put, that has stayed organized, but I've added more preps. And so those preps I've just put them in bins that I thought would stack. I've even put here in crates, the cans, which I think I'm gonna keep that idea. I like that idea. And I've definitely added number 10 cans, which is in a separate video. So the basic function, the basic organization is working, but what's not working is that, one, I have more, okay? And so I need to create more space. Get rid of the stuff on this side, which I'll show you in a little bit. And the other thing that's not working is that there's a lot of wasted space. So in the beginning, not having as many preps, I used these shelves that I had gotten from Walmart and they worked great. But as you can see, as I put the jars, you know, there's wasted space here and there's a little wasted space there. I think down here was okay, okay? Now I could add holes over here and get another shelf, but when you buy that, you have to buy the whole shelving thing, or I can make my own shelves, but honestly, I'm not that much of I can DIY things, but I'm kind of past that. Like there's other things that, past meaning I just don't have the capacity. I'd rather spend my time and energy in other things. And so I just want to get stuff that works, okay? And then, so what I'm thinking of doing is getting adjustable shelving, where you just buy the bar like that, and then you can put the shelves at whatever level you want and work with my preps that way, because not everything is jars, not everything is cereal boxes, but I want to be able to organize it nicely. I mean, I know what everything is and where everything is, which of course is important, but I just want it to look better where anyone in my household can come here and get what they need. Okay, so over here was organized when I was doing some online teaching. I did that for about 2.5 years and I'm done. It's been over a year since, or almost a year since I've been done, and I've just left that there. So I know there's stuff here that I can get rid of, like there's my teacher's card. I already decluttered that, and I just need to declutter it knowing I'm not gonna do that job anymore. And so I just need to get over that. I'm just a little bit sentimental. And then up here I have that stuffed animal that's sentimental to me. That's when my son was 4. Now he's taking his master's, so gotta deal with that, probably keep it. And then here are a lot of paper. And so my daughter was very crafty and she loved the construction paper. And even recently she's like, can you keep the paper? So, and she's about to go to college, so she won't even be in the house. So what I'm planning on doing is taking that paper and all that stuff on the left and getting rid of everything, okay? And in order to do that, it's got to go on these shelves here. And so I have to declutter more. Okay, these are long-term files. These are boxes I'm not totally using, so I have to rethink that, but I've got to find a way to put the paper from there onto my shelving over here, okay? And then what I'm planning on doing, let me get back to this. What I'm planning on doing is this whole side will be the number 10 cans. I'm going to move them over there. I'm going to get more of the already done food storage like that, but in the bigger pails. And I might fill that whole space over there on that side. So imagine that's a lot, okay? And so this is a closet. I have a fairly large closet, but it's not the biggest closet ever, but you can see there's some height there and there's some length, okay? So I'm trying to utilize every inch of this space, because then I can just close the door and it's great. I live here in the Phoenix area and I can't store food. I don't have a basement. I don't have a root cellar. Definitely can't put it in the garage because it gets very hot over here in the summer, and the garage even hotter. So this is the space that I've chosen and then I'm expanding on. The other thing I have to consider for this project is that this is my YouTube space, okay? Half of it is my YouTube space. Behind me is a guest bed. So multi-purpose room. We actually call this the workroom. Let's see if we'll keep that name, or I might just call it the YouTube studio. Who knows? I do have a friend eventually who'll come over and help me. You see what equipment I have or whatever to do a nicer setup for my live videos. Or I've done a couple, and this was my backdrop, and so I just want the bookshelves to be open and just have pictures there, of course my name, and then the name of my channel. And this one I'm going to change to a picture of my dachshund, who sadly passed a few months ago. I'm just trying to pick the right picture, and when I do this whole room, I'll do that. And then I miss Molly so much. So anyway, I've also kept this shelf open, and that's just decor. My alma mater, Cal Berkeley, Harry Potter's, I keep saying Harry Potter series that I've read, I love. Okay, and just some of my favorite pictures. Then these hold books and other things. I've already done I decluttered a couple months ago. I might go through them again, and probably another time, because I got to fit whatever's in the closet over here. I might put the paper over there. These I'm not really utilizing, so let's see. This totally works. The filing in the binders I love. And then this is my my old TV that I just had hung up, and so it feels a little bit like a new TV, but eventually I'll get a new TV there. And then this is my desk. Okay, so I just have a little makeup there, my Kleenex, little makeup, so when I go on video or for a meeting, I just check myself there and have some powder. I love this equipment. I'll definitely link it below. You can do overhead shots like that. You could put your phone, you can do your iPad, love it. And so this section is just these cubbies. And I went through here already, organized those, keeping everything in there, unless I'll see again if I can declutter. My camera equipment, travel stuff, like travel bags and little travel size things. And then this was my son's desk area, but he's moving permanently to the East Coast soon. So he's here visiting, so he'll probably take this. He might leave his computer, so we'll see with that, because he's getting a computer for work. He might take this. So this is going to be open space for me, and it'll be perfect when I shoot videos of like organized packing or things like that. It can be an overhead shot like this. So I like that. Since this is my YouTube space, it's a multi-functional room. You got the prepper pantry, guest room, my office, and my YouTube space. I just got to keep all of that in mind. So when you're doing an organizing project, I think number one thing is to think of what is going to be the function of this room. What is it going to do to support my life and the activities of my life? So those are the four things, and none is more important than the other. They all need to happen. And so luckily we do have this room for that. So here behind the door, I was thinking about this space to hold my YouTube equipment. So right now I have a few things, not too many, but now I have to consider what will fit in this wall as far as prioritizing what I'm going to get. Right now I have these lights. I have a few other things that are in the closet that I'll pull out later during the project, but I was thinking of hanging them here. And then you saw inside the closet that I have gift wrapped. I'll probably have a few other things, but I wanted to probably put an over the door organizer here for the gift wrap. So join me on this organizing project. I'm not sure how many videos it will take, but it's just going to be casual, and work with me, follow along with me as you do your organizing project, or just watch and hopefully get inspired or find some tips that I'll throw out along the way. So the next step that I need to do is to bring these desks and cubbies all the way out here, so that I would have space over here to take out everything, to take this stuff out, and then I will move those cans over there, okay? then put the shelving, right? And then I'll put the hooks for that to organize my equipment. So I'm thinking that's going to be the sequence as far as getting this project started. And I think after that, that's a lot of the project, because the fun part begins when the shelves are already on. So I'm gonna probably have someone do that from TaskRabbit. But the fun part is putting everything back and playing Tetris that way. Before I leave you, I wanted to show you this part of my room. I wanted to hide it, but let me just show you. So this is organized also. I've tried to keep this with stuff that I love. I've already done a decluttering of this, same time as the other side about 2 months ago. This is where I keep the the greeting cards. So I'll probably put the gift cards in there. So there is a place here, I believe, to put all the stuff in the closet. Okay, these are my office supplies right here. And some more filing there. The Wii that I don't want to get rid of. So I do have sentimentality, okay? These are books I bought when my son was 4, when he got that tiger. So I don't want to get rid of that. My plan is to eventually give them to my grandkids. Can you imagine I'm talking like that? Okay. Never thought that would be like something I'm totally looking forward to. Or keep them here and they can come visit me and I can read to them. Like these heavy books here, right? Here are some more organizing books that I still want to keep. Now this, I might get rid of and get a different type of light, but for now I'm keeping it. Keeping this fan. I just bought about 4 new fans for downstairs. This came from downstairs, so I just don't want to spend more money on that, although this looks bulky, but I'm keeping that. This I love, carpet cleaner, floor cleaner, love it. It's up here because I was going to do the hallway and my master bedroom, but I have it here for now. And this I just got to bring back. So, but back downstairs to my command center. Okay. And then, should I show you the bed? Okay, I'll show you the bed, but I had to make the bed first because this is, me personally, it looks a little sad. Okay, but it's a twin size bed with a trundle underneath, and it works when we have guests. I actually have guests coming in this month, 4 of them. 2 will be in the guest room downstairs that has a queen bed, and 2 will be up here. And so it works. So I want to keep it as a part guest room, and I'm going to need a lot of help with really making the bed pretty. So there's some ideas I have. Definitely want to get new pillows. But this is when it's made up and it doesn't get any better. So at the moment, so I've got to spend some time figuring this out, and give me some comments below what you think I should do as far as this area. And then I like that as far as the side table, because when you open the trundle, you know, I don't have to move the stand. So this works. You can move the trundle all the way out over here, so it's not like they're underneath that table. Okay, so you've seen the whole room, and yeah, join me on this organizing project. The main goal is to get this organized. Second thing will be the equipment, and then all the gift wrap and stuff from there organized over here. Then the bed will be the last thing. Today we are going upstairs to my extra bedroom. Well, it was my son's bedroom since he's adulting now on the East Coast. I turned it into my YouTube studio / long-term prepper pantry. Now I've had this set up for a few months, but I'm finally able to show you or give you a tour. It's not completely to what I want, but it's pretty close. So I'm excited to share it with you. All right, so I'm in my home office / YouTube room / guest room / workroom. So we just call it the workroom. And here to the right are the double doors. I will put a link to the previous video where I showed like the before. And so this is after, but still a work in progress. Okay, let's start here to the left. And they're just sliding doors. Probably have to wipe that down. Okay, so here you go. On the left side are the canned goods. Up here are, you could see more like boxed items, fig bars, and some of the cheddar biscuit mix, and some mashed potatoes. And these are all my Augustin farms. I did a video on that, link that also. And what I did was to just put shelves that hook onto the walls. So I put 2 of those shelves. And then I had started this closet with a 2-week prepper pantry. And of course, people there said, oh no, that's 2 months worth. Whatever month's worth it is or week's worth it is, just start prepping, find a space. I chose to put use this closet. My son is now an adult, so this was his room. So I do have this space. But instead of clothes or more knickknacks and stuff that we don't use, I decided to use this for a prepper pantry. Okay, so with that 2-week beginner prepper pantry, I'll link that video, I have these shelves that I got from Walmart. And I think I bought a 3rd shelf, but I'm not using it. But I needed it for the shelf itself. And because these are just $25. And so it was a lot easier for me just to go ahead and get the 2 extra shelves from that and use them here versus going to, let's say, one of those Home Depot or whatever, get it cut, and then it wouldn't be the same color. So I knew that would kind of bother me a little bit. And you could see that it's bowing just a little bit, or maybe you don't, but that's something to think about. I might put a little stick underneath there in the middle to just hold it up, but it's holding fine. Okay, so you can see the things that I still need to stock up on. We definitely use a lot of tomato sauce for different, what's that called? Different recipes, chili, spaghetti, things that we use often, some other Filipino food dishes that I make. And these are mason jars that are vacuum sealed, or, you know, with the little machine. And so you see we have beans, some crackers, oatmeal, some rice, some lentils, and definitely this works because I have those crackers from however 3 years, 2 years old, and they're still yummy and crunchy. And then as far as tomatoes, I like to have sliced, stewed, diced, sauce, sometimes crushed. And these jars have more like pasta. You can see more lentils, cereal. I think this is kind of a random sugar, but I'm working on storing more sugar. Okay, and then these crates I actually got from the Container Store, but you can get any crate. You can even get the ones that are collapsible. So I just have these, and I just wanted white crates versus black or red or whatever. And I have here extra oil that is from, or stock up oil from Costco. And you see some ramen. These ramen packets are from Walmart. And I have a lot of soup things. So when you find something that you like to eat, go ahead and get them. So these I got, you can see this from Ross. I've also gotten from Walmart some of the ready-made soups. And then here you have the canned beans. So just, you know, like how they organize in a grocery store, they're a perfect example. If you're not sure, just look. So they have all the beans in one place and then all the soup. And we definitely go through the beans, so those are good. And you could put the dates on top of the can, or you could put it in front, whatever works for you. One thing I realized was that I really just don't like canned soup. And so I'm trying to finish this up, but it's really hard. But obviously, if it was an emergency situation, I would definitely eat these soups. But what I'm planning to do once these are gone, I'm going to either add more beans, add more of the seafood or the meat. And you saw that in my other video that I have some in my extended pantry, which is in my laundry room. But I just want to add more, like more of the maybe chicken and some other things, okay? So let me know in the comments below what you think I should do for soup. I was thinking of dehydrating vegetables and things like that for a soup, and, you know, vacuum sealing that, and then we would just add water or broth. And here to my left, this is my favorite spot. Oh, we have some Worcestershire sauce, A1 Tabasco. These I get on Amazon. They're just the right height for the, you know, the vertical space of between the 2 shelves, which works out because this is the right size. Because sometimes you buy things in bulk and they're just like humongous, or they're too heavy. and you may think you're saving money and or or whatever you're saving, and yeah, if that works for you. But for me, to get as far as like where I'm gonna put everything, the overall plan of everything, I decided to go ahead and get the smaller bottles, and this fits perfectly, and the price is fine with me. So you can see right offhand. So I usually have one, two, all three of these in my cabinet downstairs with my spices and sauces, but I have these as backstock. So four of them backstock is fine. Then you have some applesauce, and then you see here turkey gravy. Those are good things to buy when they go on sale. Here's some sloppy joe sauce, salmon, and then some pasta stuff. So this I like. This was decent. I think this was from the Dollar Tree, and gosh, I think this was from the Dollar Tree also. And then we have cream of mushroom soup. And then these containers are from the Container Store. I think it's Acro, A-K-R-O. These are, these are not necessarily cheap, but look at, they're so sturdy. I love these containers, but you can get any kind of container. The goal here is try to make it 2 levels, because if it was just 1 level, there would be a lot of vertical space here that is underutilized. Same thing here with this crate. I knew the oil is this big. I wanted it contained in these crates, but there's still space here, and that's where I could fit the ramen. So here's just some seasoning. Most of it is from the Dollar Tree. So seasoning, you can see I can stock up some more soon. And here I just have chocolate, because when chocolate goes on sale, I like to just grab. And this is kind of like our secret stash. And some more seasoning. Can't have enough seasoning. And this is a great shelf. This is the fruit and shelf. These two. Okay, then it goes down to other stuff like veggies. So one thing I also noticed is that I'm trying to get the same size can. So some are, obviously larger as far as diameter. Some are wider, some are skinnier. So you just try to buy the same, whether it's the brand or same size can. That kind of helps with keeping it organized and tidy. And of course, just like in any grocery store, you can see the labels facing forward. So pears, pineapple, mango slices, I get those from the Dollar Tree. Fruit cocktail, red grapefruit, love it. Okay, peaches. Then we have corn, love all different types of corn, but usually I do a lot of the whole kernel, but you can get like sweet cream. And then here, potatoes. These, I've just always been debating if I should continue to get these, but I think if I just have 1 row, then that will be fine. And you can see deep, it's like 3 deep. Okay, peas, definitely use these. Mixed veggies, I use them, not as regular food, but definitely want to keep it there for emergencies. And I do find ways, let's say like a pot pie, I will use these so that I can use them up. You got sliced carrots there, French style green beans, and cabbage. And these, I used to be really into them, and I get them because they're easy, and if my kids are here, it's something that they can eat. My kids mean my adult kids, right? Something they can eat. My husband will not touch this, but it's something, remember, it's stuff you can eat, or that you store what you eat what you store. But also in emergency situations, it's just easier to heat that up, or you could eat it straight out of the can. It's not a gourmet meal, but it's going to fill your stomach, right? Okay, then there's chili, and then we have here fruit stuff for like pies. Okay, and if you stand back, you can kind of see what this looks like. So I feel like you can see everything. It's categorized well enough, and I can see the things that I need to add. All right. It's definitely a big difference from just a 2-week pantry or even just the before. And then, so it's nice, it's behind closed doors. So it keeps it tidy even that way. Okay, so now I'm opening the right side. And here just kind of have an overview. So more Augustin Farm. So Augustin Farm fills this whole space here. I got the larger ones there. You could see rice and rice, because rice is life. And then these are like the kind of pack, it becomes like a whole meal. So it's a 4-person kit. Get these from Walmart. They're a great price. So 4 of them fit, stacking up. It goes all the way to the ceiling, so I'm using up all the space. And then here, the great thing with Augustin Farms is that it's color coded, which I love, so it's easy to see what I need. So example, I need more drinks. Those are drinks. I need more dairy. And so it's 4 up, okay, and 2 deep. So 8 cans each. That's a great start. Now you know, the space isn't like humongous, but there's a lot of food that you can store here, especially when you get these types of number 10 cans. Okay, so here you see grains, baking, fruit, veggies, entrees, and then some ready-made, you know, like it's already chicken Alfredo or something, or Alfredo like that, and then meat. So I will do a stock up of Augustin Farms, so I'll go through that more in detail when I do that video. Okay, here, so I just have some random containers that I've always had for pasta. You can see that I need to fill those up. These containers I got from the Container Store, and the reason I got them was I had this little space and I needed something stackable. Okay, I did have things that, like, let's say it goes up to here, but it wasn't stackable. You can have things like this. This is from IKEA, fantastic. I used to use these in my freezer organization, but these are great. And some of them will have handles, and then they fit into each other. Okay, so let me try to show you one of these containers. Okay, so you see how 2 of these smaller ones will fit into a bigger one. Love it. I mean, you don't have to get from the Container Store, but think of that type of, you know, keeping it organized and tidy. Organized is, you know, basically a system. So I know, like, the ones in these are, example, like overflow canned goods, because I ran out of categories here. So here's some more meat and seafood mix. Okay, and it worked out that it fits the cans perfectly. Okay. And then, yeah, here are some more, I think, Indian spices. Yeah, by the way, I kept these open because, as I was saying earlier, I don't know if I'm going to dehydrate vegetables and put them here. All right, time to put these back. And you can go on Amazon to get stuff like that, but that's not necessary, you know. I just had it here because it's just an extra. Hold on. I used to have those containers in my regular pantry, but now I'm organizing it differently. And so I just, instead of giving it away, I just keep it here for now. So you see in these IKEA containers, and I've labeled it in the front so it's easy to see. Okay, some more trail mix there, pudding, Indian spices. Okay, a lot of space. Okay, coffee, tea. And then, because what I wanted, the reason I labeled, did you notice this? I labeled on top and in the front. So when I'm looking at it from here, you know, I label because you don't have to use your brain too much, right? You just say, oh, Indian spices versus what was in here again? Okay, so Indian spices, I put it here in the front. And then when I'm looking above, I can see it from above also. Okay, twice you're helping your brain not to work too hard. Seasonings. So those are more the bigger ones. Okay, basmati, couscous, paella rice. Okay, and then you see what I did here? This was kind of bowing in a little bit, so I just put the tops of jar lids there to give it, because it was going here, but that just reinforces it. It's great. Okay, then I have salt. And so salt, there are just like bags of salt. It's not like just salt decanted in there. All right, then I just got more oil in here, some more chicken. These are just kind of random. This is a different type of oil. And then this is the tote that I have in my extended pantry that I highly recommend. And then you see that I've just stacked up the coconut oil. These are some sample things that I think was sent to me. And now the 5-gallon bucket. So what I did was I just went on my computer, printed these out, and just wanted them really simple. But of course the word also, because, you know, if you just see this, you may not know what it is. So baking and then a bag. You see here veggies with a carrot, rice with a bowl of rice, pasta with some noodles, oatmeal in the oatmeal jar, some more oatmeal there, more pasta, more rice. Okay, so I need 2 hands, hold on. Okay, so what I've done with these, some of them are just boxes and others are prepared, you know, where you vacuum seal it. And others you could put the Mylar bag and put all the rice in there, or you just put all the rice direct, or you can have boxes of pasta. These can be more dehydrated veggies. All right, then I also angled these labels so that I could kind of see it from here versus it being turned around facing over there. You don't remember what it is. So this is breakfast, so that could be pancake mix, and here's some powdered milk, sugar, and then this is, let me see if I can reach in there and show you, that's flour. And same thing with these 5-gallon buckets. You could see the labels are facing forward, so when I open the door, it's just right there. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. I hope you found inspiration and good ideas that you can implement today so that you can start getting prepared. Stay tuned for the next series of videos where we are going to talk about what to declutter, how to declutter, and get it done.